Alrighty then. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. We have quite a few things that are going to happen this session, but first, allow me to introduce my usual crowd. My dear friend Salty, down below,
Hello.
playing Otto Sinclair. Maybe one day we'll get something stylized to show you guys while they're talking. Vern.
Yeah. So,
playing Nasa. Over on the far end there, Nil
Yeah, what up?
playing Thome for the day. And introducing for the first time our mutual friend, Itsi Karakurt.
hi.
Playing a character I'm very excited to introduce. Welcome to the table, Itzi. All right.
Panic guy. I'm excited too, but panic.
Don't worry about it. Nobody actually watches my streams. I'm a video dude, not a stream dude.
Alright. That is
So-
incorrect.
what?
That is incorrect.
What do you? No, it's not incorrect. My videos get like thousands of views. My streams are lucky to get 30. And it's never during the
30, my
stream.
friend. 30 is 30, my friend.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'm not talking shit about myself. I'm
God.
just saying you don't gotta be
Oh.
anxious.
Have some more self-confidence, basically.
Yeah.
You are the
Itchy.
last person who should be telling me that.
What?
With the amount of times you have
get
tried to
rest.
destroy my confidence. Anyway, so
Anyways.
welcome to another and Itzy's first session of Dethrone the Divine. For those who are just joining us for the first time, this is a story about our characters, well, my players' characters, overthrowing a corrupt pantheon of gods that have unleashed the apocalypse and continue to put humanity through horribly arduous trials. This has gone on for at least a century, probably a lot longer. And as of this point in the story, the players have killed all but 3 of the members of this pantheon. Mind you, there were only 5, so they've only killed 2 of them. They could have killed 2 more, but decided to be merciful in each instance, and those have bade good or ill for them at different moments. When last we left off, what all happened? Who would like to elaborate for us?
Yeah, VOD rewatcher.
Fuck off. Yes, I rewatched our VOD literally this morning at work, so I'll do it.
Go for it.
Alright, so we opened up with finishing up the situation where Thome lobbed off Ares' arm because Ares was freaking out because we were amongst the USA, and the USA apparently is the reason the world ended. We'll address that this session, I hope, or next
Mhm.
session because new character. Then there was a breach in the cave system under Fort Knox, and Otto, thank you. Otto stopped that. We found out it was caused by Minora. Then we flashed up top where Nasa met with Virix, the one who withers, and they ended up duking it out. Found out that she was Frahali, the Snow Maiden.
Not exactly. She's known mythologically speaking as Old Woman Frost.
Okay.
Not a lot of people necessarily know this root mythology, but a lot of like stories of hags of Baba Yaga and especially Baba Roga originate from Frau Holly.
Okay.
It's also, there's some evidence to suggest that her her myths were eventually butchered into the god of Odin, and a few other different things. A bunch of wise gods that would gift people with extravagant things for demonstrating cleverness, or for calling out to them at night, but could also dole out some very harsh punishments for the same. They were very
Yeah.
fickle things. Frau Holly was a very fickle person.
Sounds like it.
Very interesting character. Highly recommend checking out any videos or any, articles talking about it. Very neat stuff.
She was a really fun fight, a really cool character to go up against. So we did that. Fought for Holly, then Menorah showed up, had a big duke out battle. Then Thome showed up, and Thome threatened Nasa, Frahali, and Menorah to lay down their weapons, or he was going to destroy their divine spark, which he ended up doing to Frahali, because she decided to attack. So that happened. Nasa is pissed because we spared Menorah. She threatened Menorah and said, "Be lucky I'm not a god of vengeance anymore." And then Thome almost got his heart ripped out. Menorah has gold hair and gold tears now. Then we
Oh, that did
returned
happen.
back to base with Otto, and we judged Menorah. The Sun and Moon couldn't decide if they were cool with her or not, and they made me handle it, which is when I started interrogating her, and literal shadows showed up, cracked her face, and were like, "Sup, bitches?" And we're like, "Oh, fuck, it's Eisen." And the three of us repelled him and found out that he's the guy who sealed Thome away, millennia ago, and also sealed Menorah away in the moon because, she's the man in the moon. So now we're there.
And there you will stay for a moment. Because this is not your story. We fly miles and miles away from the continent of North America to arrive at a place that few, if any, mortals ever venture to now. And it is there that we find a person that no mortal is aware even exists. Karez, would you like to introduce your character to us?
Hi. My name's Karis. Not a lot of people know me, and there's kind of a good reason for that. 'Cause my main domain happens to be death, which is not a very common thing right now, unfortunately.
Well, so death
I don't think that
itself
even exists right now.
Death is very common, it's just that it doesn't stick.
It doesn't go the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
This is bad, guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but death is for a reason. There's a cycle. I currently don't have a job. This is breaking everything. I don't like this. I don't know how to introduce characters. I'm sorry.
You're
No, it's
fine.
perfect. Keep going.
Take your time.
You're doing great, sweetie.
I don't know. How much should I say?
However much you want, however little you want.
Okay. Well, yeah.
It's your
I also have
character.
two more domains. I also have the domain of a journey because life and death are all a journey that we're all on together. Woohoo! It's stopped, but It exists.
That was very loud. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Not you. That was.
Oh.
I got us some background music. Finally.
Okay.
Session 8,
Yay.
and we finally have background music.
Yeah. However, I have very complicated feelings about what's happening because I have some family problems, y'all. My dad's Eisen.
Oh. Okay.
I don't really.
So sorry. So sorry for
I'm
that.
so sorry. I'm gonna kill your dad.
Well, I think I might join you in that because I don't think he's right about this. You know, he's broken the way that life should go. He's taking control of something that shouldn't exist, that shouldn't be his to control.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you
He'll-
doing about it right now?
So that's the thing is, you guys might not have seen me around. My mom's also Isis.
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, she's been holding
Ooh,
up.
we're getting Egypt in here.
Your mother, Karis, has been holding up, pretty much in hiding, between like Africa and Western Europe, mostly Africa, dotting from place to place, keeping you hidden and safe because she doesn't know what else Eisen is going to attempt to do to you.
Yeah, I'm a very sheltered individual. I've been very sheltered.
Indeed.
But yeah. Hi.
What does your character look like?
Oh yeah, you got art.
I don't have art.
Hmm.
I'm
We gotta
sorry.
fix that later.
Mm.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry
That's okay.
to disappoint.
You're good, dog.
My local artist that I have on constant commission has been busy.
No way.
I've been promised a character drawing, but we'll see when that happens.
Mhm. Well, then why don't you go ahead and describe them for us?
I don't have a description yet, I'll be honest.
You-
I usually let my
had to-
local artist
You had to have at least thought of have some idea of how she'll look, right? Like,
What's her hair color? What does she wear?
So I imagine she has dark hair,
Mm-hmm.
simple white clothing. She's been very sheltered her whole life, and she's been in warmer climates, so she has white clothing, cotton kind of situation. She does have a blue ribbon wrapped all around her. Because that is her
Ooh.
special trait because of her domains of nature, journey, and death. It all ties into that. But she's very simple. Like a very simple character of just like black hair, white clothing, and this blue ribbon wrapped all around her.
yes, and one of those domains you didn't have until very recently.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Nature's a new one.
Yeah.
I gave power to the wrong person. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
As you know, Karas, there is no end without a beginning.
Mhm.
And as a certain existence, an existence you have only been made aware of occasionally and sporadically, has left this world completely. Her influence had to go somewhere. Some of it went to your father. The rest has gone to you. Now that you have, well, your primary domains of death and journeys have little to no power at this particular moment in history.
Some
People do
other
not travel.
guy has it.
No, it's not that. People do not travel and people don't stay dead. So
Right.
you have those domains, but it's sort of like having a degree that doesn't get you a job. It's a piece of paper. It doesn't help you. But now you have the equivalent of tech support. You have something that can actually gain you power. So,
Woohoo!
with this power, you now have the world at your fingertips. You can go anywhere, do anything. Because Isis's main domains are magic and wisdom. So you've been hearing from her largely what's been going on across the world. You are aware of the massive series of battles going on through America. You've learned that New York has been decimated. You've learned that something has taken up root in Fort Knox. And you have learned that 2 of the 5 fingers of the Plumerian Pantheon have been torn away, and the other 2 have been broken, leaving just the thumb. And while you know where he is, you don't know what he's doing. Currently, what you can surmise to be Eisen's greatest enemies are holed up in Fort Knox in Eastern America. While the Lord of the Dead himself is currently enacting some plan in Australia. Where do you go?
I feel like there's a right answer here, but I don't know which one it is.
There is no right answer. There are
But
many.
there is wrong answers.
There are many, many wrong answers. In fact, every answer is the wrong answer.
Oh God.
I'm just an asshole DM.
Oh.
Listen, like, fucking, y'all have always picked wrong answers. What makes the answer
I mean,
right?
you're right.
What makes the answer right is how far you're willing to stick with it.
Ooh. Okay.
Cool. So you said New York is already desecrated completely, right?
There's ruins. There's ruins to, like, plunder, but, I mean, to be perfectly clear, humans don't live in cities anymore.
Yeah.
They live in small townships that, up until this point, have been provided for by the Plumerian Pantheon. But with the death of the nature goddess, it's only a matter of time before those townships starve. In the meantime, though, you can still figure out, like, what you're gonna do. Yeah, New York is in ruins like any of the other cities, but New York in particular has taken some significant extra damage. It was the scene of a massive battle. So yeah. You know that Eisen's enemies are in North America, and you know that Eisen himself is in Australia. Which do you go to?
I would probably start going towards Australia.
Okay. Now, my next question do you inform Isis of what you're planning to do?
Definitely not.
I didn't think so.
I definitely am running away at this point because I think, like, I have spent my whole life hearing about these awful things that have been going on around the world. And, like, I myself have become powerless because my domains are useless. And now, for the first time in my life, I have power and I have choice and I have agency. And I need to get not just my power back, but to start correcting these wrongs of how the world is run. Because this isn't supposed to be the life cycle. And it has to stop.
Yep. Okay. Let me go ahead
Mother
and
would
change
never
the
approve.
music for this next bit.
Nice getting to know about Karis. Good luck dying.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Look, I am the equivalent of a 16-year-old girl saying, "Mom, I know better than you," and running away from home.
Oh god, another
Kill
fucking...
Dad.
It's fucking Eureka all over again.
I'm gonna
Oh god.
All right.
Dad lets me have ice cream past midnight. I'm gonna go live with him and then kill him.
Meanwhile,
I guess.
meanwhile, the father is like, "God, let this kid get diabetes."
Jesus Christ.
The family dynamics.
So, yeah, you don't have much in the way of the ability to cross water, but you going on this trip is already going to be fueling you spiritually. It's the first journey you've ever taken. You're going to be traversing... You're going to be traveling from Africa all the way to Australia. The only question I ask is how? You have nature and you have journeys. You have magic. How do you make those domains into a spell that can carry you all the way over to Australia?
I don't know.
Think on it. Be
Make a
creative.
boat.
I know. I'm like, it definitely has to
Nature
somehow be a
boat.
boat, but I don't know how to build a, like,
How does anyone build a boat?
how do you build a boat?
Odin.
Yeah, can I summon, like, I don't know how spells here work or how magic works.
You tell me what you want to do, and then you roll spirit.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, I want to use my domain of nature to build myself a boat and use it to, I guess, essentially sail to Australia using the ocean's waves and wind.
Okay. So,
Oh yeah, if you're using Journey. I mean,
Yeah.
that kinda...
yeah. So,
I think it would just do itself, basically, right?
So here's how this is going to work. Because you are using your domains, you're going to be adding your domain dice to this. You'll want to take one of those d6s and separate it from the others, designate it as your domain dice, at least for one of those rolls. And you're adding that on top of your spirit check. This is just to make the boat, for starters.
Okay.
So, go ahead and roll spirit plus your divine dice. Make sure you keep in mind what result your divine dice was. In your case, I think your following would be like probably a 1. So anything... Sorry, let me pull this up.
Yeah, so how many How many? So I'm rolling my 1 divine dice.
Plus, so what is your spirit right now?
It's 5.
Okay. You roll 5d6s plus your divine dice.
Shit. Oh, shit.
Okay. Any d6s that come up as a 5 or a 6 are successes. Anything else is a failure.
I dropped one of my dices. Okay, let's roll this. Oh no. Oh no. These are not the dice,
And it's
y'all.
terrible. Let's go.
These are not the dice. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did you get any successes?
5 and 6s are successes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
No.
5s and 6s.
I didn't roll a single success.
Oh no.
You
Okay.
got 4 and under on everything?
I rolled 4 3s.
Okay.
And then a 4 and a 1.
So,
It's gonna be fun.
you're as you are floundering about, trying to construct this ship, you feel a presence loom over you. Perhaps the most familiar presence you have ever known.
Mom.
Behind you stands a very tall, striking woman with a robe made of feathers and long auburn hair, staring at you with her star-shaped pupils, as if wondering just what the fuck you think you're doing.
Hi, Mom.
Since when was this something you could do?
This is... It happened just a little while ago. It's new.
Yeah?
Look, I
Neat.
didn't tell you for a very good reason.
Oh, please, enlighten me.
And that is because you wouldn't approve. Like, you've kept me here. I need to go. I can't stay here. This is new. I can finally do something with myself. I can finally do something for everyone.
Like, play with sticks?
Okay, well, it's new. I'm still learning. I'm sorry I'm not perfect at it yet. But once I figure it out, I will do stuff.
What
And
stuff?
I don't know what stuff, but if I stay here with you and I stay here and I never find out, I'll never know. I'll never know if I could be more, if I could do more.
It seems we have had a misunderstanding. I didn't keep you here because I was afraid that you would get hurt. I kept you here because I knew you would.
You don't know that. I know.
There is a reason I'm using the past tense. Up until this point, your 2 domains have been locked down, shackled. You've been barely more than a mortal. This, she indicates the lump of vines and twigs you were trying to construct into a boat, is a game changer.
So that means you're not here to stop me?
That depends. Can I?
I mean, no, I don't think you can. I think I have to do this.
You're still being too timid. Does a god think about what others can do? No. We don't consider the actions of other people when we decide that we want to make something happen. If we have a purpose, we enact it. If we have needs, wants, desires, we take it. Now, we don't necessarily have to be cruel and callous as we do it. I've told you the story of how I took Ra's name from him, right? How effectively I managed to poison the man with his own creations, his own venom, until he willingly gave me his name, so that I would have the power to heal him. And I did. I didn't leave him to die. No point being callous about it. But I made him do it. Don't ask me if you can leave. You running away was a good sign. But she looks at the twigs, the vines. You're still asking them to move. They are not your friends. They are your tools. Use them. I want you to make that roll again, Karis. And this time, go ahead and add an additional dice.
Yay! Okay. Okay. I have to keep track of these individually, so give me a minute here.
This has been so interesting so far, getting to see a new character and their perspective so far.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to mention that we're all pastel, like pink colors. That makes me really happy.
And okay, way better this time.
Yep. What was the divine die?
The divine die was a 6.
Perfect. And everything else? How many successes did you rack up?
Only 2 others.
That's good enough. I'm not going to count this as a. I'm going to
3.
So, when you succeed on a check that involves a divine die, it is referred to as a boost. So long as the divine die itself was a success. If you fail on that check, but the divine die was a success, it's counted as a slip. In the case of a boost, what you wanted to happen happens, and you get to add an additional thing that occurs. If it's a slip, something bad happens, like you failed to do what you wanted, but you get to mitigate the issue. In this case, you succeeded, and your divine die was a success. You get a boost. So, with the guiding hand of the goddess of magic itself, you are able to craft a small but lithe and seaworthy vessel. Something that is well suited for a single person of godly descent. If anybody has seen, everybody in this chat, I'm sure, has seen Treasure Planet, but if anyone watching has seen Treasure Planet, imagine the sailboard that the main character has, except the sail doesn't come down. That is the one caveat. You need wind to make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Under any normal person's circumstance, this would not be anywhere near a worthwhile vessel. But nature has some slight influence over the winds, which means you have a means of traveling, and especially Journey has that influence.
Nice.
Once it is finished, Isis stares down at you once again. You wouldn't be on these shores if you were planning to go south. Or rather, yeah, it is. No, I keep forgetting. I need to look at a map of the world real quick.
I need to go southeast.
Hang on. Okay, yeah. You wouldn't be on these shores if you were planning to go west. Which means you have a different destination in mind. You're going straight to him, aren't you?
It's the best way to help the world. If I go west, I could try and do something, but all it would be is me putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. If I go to him, at least I'll know I've done the best the best in my abilities.
Whatever you do, do not try to fight him. Even I would die.
Okay.
If you're going there, and if you're trying to help, get information. Not even I know what happens on those shores. If you can find something, some weakness, or even just ascertain what his intentions are, what he's trying to do, then when you do put that band-aid on, it might actually do a lot more than you think.
Thank you for not stopping me.
What did I just tell you? I couldn't stop you if I tried. And that's not just me being hyperbolic, by the way. What could I do? Lock you up? Put you behind bars? That wouldn't be anything for a mother to do, and even if I did, you'd just break out.
I'm just gonna run over to her and just give her a huge hug. For as long as you can remember, your mother has been a stoic, unreadable, but under the surface, kind and nurturing woman. This is the first time in your life that you have felt her shake. Her arms wrap around you and hold you close. Be careful. I will. And I will come back.
Come back when he's dead. Alright. You set off. Now, you have the vessel. You have the means to travel.
Yeah.
We need to discover if you have the means to navigate. So, I need you to roll a skill check plus your divine die.
Okay.
So
Oh,
just
yeah.
like...
She has journey, not destination.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
could be on a long journey.
I'm gonna be on a long journey,
You
baby girl.
you do get that divine die because it's a journey, but yeah.
Okay. 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 So my divine die is a 4. And then I rolled a 5 and a 6 and 2 4s.
Okay, so no success on the divine die.
No.
5, 6. Are you sure you leveled up?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I put a ton in aura for some reason, and I think I just liked the sound of it.
You know what?
What each of the abilities are?
No, I like the sound of
Aura is basically charisma.
Oh, I'm charismatic as hell.
Do you want to change
So we
that?
can't do shit. It kind of makes sense that she just fails constantly, in my opinion.
It does, but I still
do
want to
think-
offer you the chance to change.
No, I'm okay with this. I have my might and grace are middling.
What are the numbers?
So
What are
I
numbers?
have 3 in my might. Like
Keep going.
thought
Keep
about
going.
this character.
Keep going.
Okay. Okay. I have 4 in grace.
Okay.
How much
4
do you
in
have in
skill.
aura?
I have 6 in aura
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
and 5 in spirit.
What about skill?
Skill is
I have
4.
4 in skill.
So 8, 3 is 11. You said 6 in aura, so that's 17. 5 in spirit, 22. And you started with 16.
Yeah.
You're missing a level. Unless you chose to add a trait rather than...
I added 1 trait. I put in patient.
Okay. Okay. So... 2...
Jack of all trades, master of none.
2 successes was not enough.
I'm on the water for a while.
Let me just...
Where do I land?
Where do my winds take you?
You could change everything, Vern. Take me
What
to
do you mean?
Wow.
I don't want to. I don't wanna.
Take me to
You
Australia.
are so lucky.
Oh shit.
So,
Who needs skill when you got luck?
well... Oh shit, hold on a minute. You got lost on the way. Never mind.
Aww.
So, let me put it this way. You're going where you want to, but not the way you want to go there. How do I describe this? Kara's, you are sailing for quite a few days and nights. You're very lucky that you don't need to eat. In fact, I think I'm gonna let you sit with this for a bit while we cut to our homeland. Tome, Nasa, and Otto.
What up?
Do we want to pick up from... oh man, I started that track way too soon. I thought you were going to get there so much quicker. Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Do you want
The dice
to
don't want me.
I think we
pick
should
up
cut ahead
from-
like a few days or something.
Okay, yeah. I was kind of thinking that as well, but if either Thome or Otto disagrees, let me know.
I'm fine with this.
Cool.
Don't worry.
So let me pick out. Here we go. This is the track I wanted to use for this. Okay. So we return to Fort
Get Nace's
Knox.
voice.
Building construction has gone a lot smoother now that there's more or less no obstacle to it whatsoever. You're able to establish a proper supply chain, and some volunteers have actually gone westward to inform whatever townships they find of what has happened, and encourage them to begin farming, begin hunting again. Instruct them on the practices therein. What President Foster has referred to as Operation Grassroots. So, during the last few days, people have been preparing for and setting out for that. Any wounded have been getting care, mostly Ares, but also Minora to some extent. Actually, no, she would be caring for herself. She is not. She's out in the woods somewhere near Fort Knox. She comes when you call her, but not if you're in the fort. She doesn't go near the place. At the time that we pick up, where would each of you be, and what would you be doing? Who wants to go first?
Nasa is not here.
Hmm.
In fact, she probably hasn't been here since the end of that fight.
Hmm.
So someone else should probably go first.
Oogie. So Otto is definitely, because you said that progress on building and everything is going smoothly and
Yep.
stuff like that. All right. How much of that is with my influence? Like, if am I able to help? Like, if I'm able to make big constructs on the side as well as that, or
You have been. So actually, sure, why not? Let's go ahead and have you roll skill plus divine die to see how well those efforts on your part have been going. They're gonna make slow and steady progress either way, and you've been advising on those aspects, but
gotcha.
let's put a number to it. Why the hell not?
Okay. Plus divine, right?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then roll that. Alright, so 5 successes plus the divine. So 6 successes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you've been able to reconstruct various bits of equipment from the old world to help remake or make some additional walls across the fort. And otherwise just improve structural integrity and other necessities for life all around. That does land you a boost. What else would you have constructed?
Okay. I want to construct. Oh man. I want to take what I have, my railgun that I have, and I want to make a bigger version of it on a wall.
Okay. Yeah. That wouldn't be too hard. You already understand the mechanism. It does take time to find the material, but a couple of days would be enough. Yeah, you managed to make a mounted railgun on the wall of Fort Knox. God damn. Oh, which does remind me, you would have also been able to repair the machine guns on the upper parapets, but unfortunately, bullets are still extinct. So you're gonna have to.
I'll be able to make some soon.
Yeah, exactly. So, where would you be right this second? What are you doing right now?
How many days?
Oh well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go.
I thought he said Thome. I misunderstood.
No, sorry. I said so, but
Yep.
Yeah, we'll finish up with Otto real quick.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Otto right this moment is probably discussing with Eula about keeping everyone in check and working with everyone to keep maintaining walls and all this stuff as he preps to go on a trip to discover what he can and where he can for gunpowder.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna table that actually for a little bit. Thome, what are you doing?
How much time has passed since everything?
A few days.
Few days. He's probably bouncing between menorahs and checking on his troops and all that. Probably checked on Ares once or twice, but I don't think we want to talk to each other right now.
Yeah, Ares is conscious, but he is pretty pissed off. He's had to be chained to his bed. Partially for his own safety, but mostly for others. Yeah. So, you said you've been bouncing between Menorahs and the fort. What exactly, what have you been talking to Menorah about?
Probably a good chunk of it is what happened after he was sealed away. Getting, actual details.
Yeah. Okay. So, from her account, let me just go through that exposition. After you were sealed, the rest of the Pantheon went down quickly. Most of them in their sleep, or otherwise predisposed. He was concerned that killing me would make me a martyr, turn the humans against him. Which is why he instead sealed me in the moon, to give them something to worship, but keep them from actually giving me power. There were so many things he was capable of that he never let on to anyone else. For years, centuries, millennia, he reigned. Deception, treachery, and a hunger for pride began to eke their way into human existence when they were still young. But then, over time, he disappeared. I thought, I had hoped that he had faded away. the humans had wised up and stopped placing their faith in him. It's never that simple. He had just taken on a different face, a different name. Every few millennia or so, he chose a new one. He bounced across the globe like it was a game. I managed to catch a few of his visages, his identities, from my lofty vantage point. Thought for a moment he was this Norse god, Loki, but Loki's far too... His antics were too juvenile, except for one that ended the Pantheon. No, he was too conniving for that. Some places he would wind up as some minor deity on the fringes of the civilization. Others, he ruled it. Until he found his way to one society, a nation. A place called Greece. And then, soon after, a much more powerful place called Rome. He took on the name of Hermes in the former, and was given the moniker Mercury in the latter. I'm sure he found it all very fun and amusing, being named after his own sword. In those days, he was a god of so many things. He was worshipped for travel, for thievery, for medicine, and for shepherding the souls of the dead to the underworld. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I think on one of those trips he must have found a way to subsume the Lord of the Dead. It's the only thing that makes sense. I couldn't tell you how many domains he has at this point. But I can tell you that deception has never stopped being one of them. When I heard the voice of Gaia call out to me, begging me to save her, it wasn't her. And it took me too long to realize. I never thought that he would learn how to impersonate the voice of an entire world. I never thought he would learn to do any of what he's done. By the time I learned what had happened, it was too late. Humanity was on the brink, and Sarkuth and Virix, even Derize, had already figured it out, and chosen to follow him anyway. The only one who didn't know was Nasa. He could tell she was never going to agree with it. She both didn't believe the things he did, and was too brave to be coerced. So he made me lock her away. I wish I could give you greater details. And technically I can, but we are talking about thousands and thousands of years.
You have done far more than I thought you could in describing everything that's happened. He sighs as he lifts his hand from his sword because he got nervous during all of this. If what you say is true, to the extent in which you say it, I don't know if I can beat him.
You can't. Not alone.
Good thing we're not alone.
Remember, he still has Derise as well. In all my years of watching, I've never seen a mortal as brilliant.
They are going to be a problem. But perhaps do you think they can be swayed?
No. Their hatred
well,
for humanity was deeper even than my own.
I see that. Well, let's hope Otto can outthink him then. Yes, that.
We're fucked.
You got this, Otto.
Otto, you gotta carry the team, please.
Otto, please.
Bruh, I have one strength. One might, bruh.
We don't.
I
don't
can't
need
carry-
strength.
I
Just build a
I
new.
can't carry shit.
I can't carry a
God,
mouse. Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to ask Minora?
No.
Okay. So Thome is between helping out as he can at Fort Knox and every now and then talking to Minora, getting more precise details. Nasa, if you're not at the fort, where are you?
I went on a little trip to chill the fuck out.
Okay.
So immediately following what happened with Minora, Nasa would have left the following day and told her champion, what is his name?
Rowan.
Rowan. I totally have that written down, right? I do have it written down. I just don't have my sheet open in front of me because I'm smart.
Mm-hmm.
She would have told Rowan that she needs to center herself, basically. And that if anything goes wrong, all he has to do is shout to the winds and she'll return.
Okay.
But in the meantime, she leaves her position of like authority in his hands. Then she steps onto a cloud and flies away. Her goal is to, yeah, she basically like takes like a self-care session. Where was I imprisoned at under the water? Where was that?
Not too far. It was, if I remember right, it was off the northeastern coast of North America. Wait, no. That's wrong. You were imprisoned in the Bermuda Triangle.
Right. Then that's where I go. And I go hang out there for a few days and decide if I'm gonna fucking smite Menorah or not. Yes, I know, I just played into your hands. I was already planning this before like any of that fucking happened.
I'm keenly aware. So, oh man.
I was originally gonna have her fly over to Greece, but if the Bermuda Triangle's closer, so she goes and like sits there for a while.
Okay.
And, like, talks with the Sun and Moon about what their plan is to deal with Aizen.
Okay.
While also debating what to do with Menorah.
Yeah.
Because she still hasn't been officially judged yet.
I mean, oh, you haven't actually. Okay, cool.
She hasn't given her a final answer. All she's done is spared her life for now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you go and chill at the Bermuda Triangle for a little while.
Yeah. Me and the Sun and the Moon are like having a summit together, basically.
Yeah. They don't speak the way that any other being does.
Yeah.
They can speak through you, but that's about the most they've got. What they can do is provide feelings. If I recall, I believe I said it was the sun that weighed in her favor and the moon that weighed against her.
No, it was the opposite.
Opposite, okay. The moon weighed in her favor, the sun weighed against her.
The sun said that she needed to be punished.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. The feelings you get from the moon are mostly pity. With a hint of hope for the future. It basically has no arguments to be made about the things she did, only the things she went through, the situation she was put in, and what she can do going forward given the chance. Whereas the sun has put a lot of work into the living creatures on this world. And humans are a big part of that.
Yeah.
Because of her, so many more suffered than was necessary. Because of her fear and her giving into that fear, so much more suffering was caused than could ever have been right.
You know what? I think I have a question for the Sun and Moon. Like, as we're nearing, like, the end of the week at this point, she, like, contemplates something and says, I've never asked your opinion on myself. How do you two weigh me? after everything I've done.
Hmm. Huh. That's a tough one.
Like, because Nasa has been part of... This is technically her third Pantheon now.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I was betrayed by Minora and the others, but I betrayed the others first.
You, and before them, you betrayed your own father.
I did.
But your father was a piece of work.
Yeah, he was something, that's for sure.
I would say that neither of them liked Zeus very much. So on that score, they don't have a problem with you. Oh, wow, actually. Huh. Interesting. They both have a certain understanding of the things that you have done. I guess, actually, yeah, I think this would be the conclusion that they draw. Neither of them feels that they have the right to judge you. Because what right does a weight have to judge its scales?
Interesting. I think she'd give like a soft sigh and say, then I think I have come to a determination. Conclusion for what to do with Minora.
Okay.
Well, she says that to them and then like turns to leave.
Mm-hmm. All right then. Is there anything that you three would like to do at this moment? Before I move on.
Not for me.
I'm good.
Okay. Karez, you were hoping that the journey would take maybe a day or two.
I have the domain of journeys. I'm pretty sure that's how long it should take, and anyone else is wrong.
So, you get there in one.
Oh,
assuming...
Shit. No.
Assuming that you live.
Oh no.
On the night that you left, you were told that as a result of both humanity's lesser numbers and their growing hope, that magic had started to return to the world. And that this also included the return of monsters.
Oh no.
You weren't expecting to find one the minute you left home. Unfortunately, Charybdis hides in some very strange places.
GG's.
That's right, you probably don't know that name, do you?
No.
As you are sailing through whichever ocean this would be, the waters turn away from their expected route. And they keep turning.
Oh no.
And turning. In a circle. that is dragging you towards it. At the bottom of this whirlpool, churning around and dragging you down, you see a gaping, wide open maw stretched apart, sucking in the water around you. I am going to need you to roll Grace.
Okay.
No enhancements, no divine dice, just Grace to
Pray
not
for me.
get sucked into Charybdis' stomach.
Okay, so far 2 6s. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm pretty sure there's a whole song about this that could really help me right now.
We don't talk about that.
Oh my god, you guys.
Yeah.
I rolled 3 6s and a 5.
Nice.
I'm a god.
Okay,
you are actually.
Literally.
you want to know something really funny?
What?
3 successes would have been a failure. You barely fucking made it.
Oh my god, I love you, dice. Know
So,
when not to fail.
you don't know what the fuck this is. You have never seen anything like this. But if it's trying to suck you in, ideally it's gotta have a stamina limit, right? You immediately turn and start guiding what few winds you can into your sail to push you away from this creature. And just in the nick of time, it tires and spews every drop of water that it just drug in. Unfortunately, sending you
Alright.
flying.
Oh no.
Thankfully, it sends you flying in exactly the right direction.
Oh yay! I feel like I'm in the
You,
frickin' Simpsons. That's good.
over miles and miles, you feel the wind tear and whip at your robes. Until finally, you crash into the Australian shores.
Oh, let's frickin' go!
Your craft has been destroyed.
I'll take it. I will take it, because I 100% thought I was dead.
You still might be.
Okay, but one down. One down.
8 more to go, bro. Good luck.
You have
Look,
reached the shores of a continent once thought to house one of the some of the most deadly creatures on Earth. Particularly insects, but there's a lot of mammals there too. Well, actually, no. They're arachnids, aren't they? Most the poisonous spiders on Australia are arachnids, because I'm
they are.
silly. You arrive to a dead wasteland.
That's
All around you, there is a hazy green smoke. Like,
Is it poison? Like,
if it
can I
is,
breathe?
it's a poison that you've never seen or known. You... Wait, this is actually great. You know what? Roll a skill check with a divine die from your death domain.
Okay.
Let's see if you can ascertain what's going on here.
Okay. Skill check.
Mm-hmm.
It's not looking good so far. Okay. Okay. My divine was a 4.
That's a fail.
Yeah, and then I only rolled 1 5. The rest were 1s and 2s.
Yeah, you have no idea what the hell this is.
Okay.
But whatever it is, it's not good. Thankfully, it also doesn't seem to be affecting you, at least not directly.
Sweet.
But it does make visibility a little worse. You, unfortunately, only know that he's somewhere on the continent. You don't know exactly where.
Mm-hmm.
So you start walking. Looking around,
Yes,
trying
I
to
do.
absorb what is about. Until you find someone else walking among the fog, for lack of a better word. It's only
Hello?
you call out to them.
I definitely do.
Okay. They do not respond. They keep walking. This shadow amidst the haze.
Can I discern whether it's like... Can I figure out... Because obviously something... I think I'm like smart enough to figure out something weird is happening. Can I try and figure out if that person is alive?
I don't think you'd even need to roll for that. Your
Okay.
domain is death. They are... They're not alive, but death has not taken them. This is a feeling that you have felt many times before, on the rare occasion that you saw someone outside. You're staring at Arisen, the beings that Eisen has not allowed to rest after death.
Mm.
And soon they are joined by another. And another.
I want to duck out of... Like, is there anywhere I can hide? Because I'm thinking about, like, my mom. She's like, don't fight, get information.
Yeah. You duck behind a tree or a rock, rock, because the trees would all be dead by now. But yeah, you duck behind a rock or something, and observe as you watch thousands of Risen quietly marching across what used to be the Outback.
Oh, God.
And then you see something else. Each of them is carrying either a pickaxe or a shovel. Tools that have long been forgotten, left behind by the society the Plumerian Pantheon has cultivated. Tools meant to dig into the earth. Something that has been outlawed for centuries. And then you see others further back hauling carts. Again, something that hasn't existed for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And these carts are full of a green, almost glowing rock. You don't know what that is, but you know that there is simultaneously more life and more death in that rock than anything else.
Do I see like where they're ending, or do I just see them walking for like miles and miles?
The haze is too thick to see where the crowd starts and ends, but you are able to ascertain the direction in which they come from and the direction in which they are going. Do you want to head there?
Yeah, can I start going to where they're coming from?
You certainly can. You are trying to remain unnoticed, so I'm going to need you to make another grace roll.
Woohoo!
And since this is travel, I'll go ahead and add your divine die as well.
Okay. Okay, that's 1-5 so far. That's 2 5s, and then my divine... my divine is a 4.
So that's a fail.
Yeah.
So wait, just 2 5s, no 6s?
No 6s.
Okay, so 2 successes. You travel along their route, trying to put some distance between yourself and the Risen, just in case. Until you find a massive hole dug into the ground, with pathways winding around in a circular set. You see every one of these Risen coming from this hole. And you feel a presence down there that is at once the most terrifying and one of the most familiar presences you have ever felt. Do you proceed?
So I'm guessing it's my dad. Is there a lot of places to hide? Like, if I go forward, will I be out in the open, or will I... Okay, I'll be in the open. Okay. Is there any way, like... No, he would immediately know. Because I was gonna be like, is there any way I can disguise myself as a Risen? But that's literally his domain. He would immediately know. How dumb do I want to be? Okay, I really want to go forward. However, I just want to double check. If I go forward and, like, maybe this is too much information, will I die?
There are many possibilities to any action you take.
Okay. Cool.
Well, let's see. It was nice knowing your character.
I'm like, the thing is, my ooh brain wants to go, ooh, choose what's spiciest. Choose the most insane shit you can do. I'm not gonna lie, when I chose to go to where they were coming from, I thought I was walking away from my dad. And now that I ended up here, where Eisen is, I feel like I have to go forward. I will die.
Quite literally have to at this point.
I feel like I have to, right? You guys support this? Because if you guys are like, dude, don't go forward, I won't.
Yeah,
but I do want to.
I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to tell you that
you're
going to fucking die.
But, like, I would like to meet you first, but, like, whatever.
It would have been nice to
I
meet your character, but see you on the other side, I guess. Well, actually, there won't be another side.
I have a hunch.
That you're going to die.
Not that I'm going to die. maybe just casually kidnapped.
Casually kidnapped.
Well, no
she
one's coming to
says.
come get you because we don't know where you are.
Not me.
Yeah, and none of us are going over there for a long while.
Because, like, on one hand, ooh, it's spicy. Okay, I need to decide how much of my character takes her mother's advice to heed, because I think that that's what's most important.
Mhm.
How head empty is your character?
How head empty is my character?
That's a great question.
She's fairly head empty. She has no world experience. And she just got a lot of power for the first time in her life, but she does not know how to use it. I'm so sorry I'm taking so long to make this decision.
You're fine.
I'm gonna go forward. I think that her curiosity, her absolute curiosity and like lack of understanding the world would make her go forward.
He takes a step forward and
Immediately
You
evaporated.
you walk to the edge of the mine.
I need to look. I need to take a peek.
The Risen do not look at you. They do not notice you. Or maybe they always noticed you. They just never cared. And as you stand on the precipice of this circular hole, you stare down to find that it goes deep, deep into the earth, deeper than any living human could survive. And that the walls are lined with that glowing rock. Furthermore, some 50 feet or so down into this hole, you see a sort of terrace upon which two figures stand. The first was a mortal, currently outfitted in a suit of some kind of stretchy armor that you immediately recognize as a person your mother has described to you before. You believe their name was Derize. The one who wanders interchangeably. They are meant to safeguard the things that the Plumerian gods had outlawed. But it doesn't look like they're doing a good job. And next to them, standing in his darkest, most shadowy form, with a skeletal face clad in darkness itself, and a shadow that stretches farther than any before it, whether there is a sun or not to cast it. You see Eisen, the one who wakes. And though you are far above them, you know that they know that you are there.
I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I don't know why I thought that I would get away with being able to spy on them without them knowing.
You got 2 successes.
No. I mean that as Karis. Like,
Oh,
definitely. Oh, I know.
gotcha. Okay.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that I wasn't gonna fail this. I know.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. You don't know why you thought you wouldn't get caught. Continue.
I think she immediately tries to back away.
They don't stop you.
Oh, awesome. I'm not supposed to fight him. I'm only supposed to get information. I was told to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go and get information. I don't wanna fight him.
Okay. So do you back away from the hole entirely?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you go from here?
I'm gonna go in the opposite direction and start figuring out where the Risen are going.
Your pathway takes you towards the ocean once again. However, some, you would assume at least a few miles away, from whatever docks they're using, you find a line of Risen standing with their arms wrapped around one another, facing you. An undead barricade to block your path.
Okay, so I can't leave.
No, it's not necessarily that. You just can't go in the direction they're going in.
They're going in. See? Friendly kidnapping. Friendly trapping.
You can leave the continent.
No, I don't want to leave the continent. I'm here to do something with myself. I'm here to stop this. I can't leave the continent.
Well, what are you gonna do then?
Okay, I need to find something that resembles a civilization here. Can I use my domain of nature to try and find fresh water?
You can give it a try. Go ahead and roll spirit. Plus your
Okay.
divine die.
Okay, 2 5s. 2 1s. Oh. Okay, a 4 and... Okay, so I got 2 5s. My divine was a fail.
There is no fresh water.
Shit, that means there's only Risen. No!
And when you think about that, and you look at this haze, you realize there is no life on the entire continent. This smoke, whatever this is everywhere. And it has
Bullshit.
killed everything.
Well then. Oh no. I don't know what to do.
Running is always an option.
No. But do I run to him or away from him? You know, it's tough question.
Why would you run to him?
Because that's what I want to do. I don't... Yeah. I guess... No, she would leave. There's nothing she can do here except for fight him, and she was told not to fight him. But I also, didn't you say that my vessel shattered?
I did.
And there is nothing here? There's no nature because it's everything's dead?
That's correct.
Get to swimming.
Get to swimming, baby girl.
Trapped. And the closest land is so far away from Australia.
Yeah, but you're a god. You won't drown, right? Right?
I don't know.
Right?
So
Oh, maybe you can ask the winds for help. Wink.
Well, I'm trapped.
I'm gonna go ahead and cut away from you if that's okay, Karaz, unless you have an
please
idea.
do. No,
Okay.
please do.
Nesa, as you are walking away from
So,
the most tumultuous piece of water in the world, something happens that has never happened once in your entire life, not even when you escaped from it. The Bermuda Triangle lies still.
oh, that's horrifying. I think I'll float down to the water surface and peer into it. Well, oh wait, never mind. I can't see.
You feel something calling. You can't describe what. It's something you've never felt before. Yet, something almost familiar. Like a name you've heard spoken before, but has never been attached to a person you knew. It's asking for help. You wouldn't have to go anywhere to grant that help. A single gust of wind could change the tide. But you don't know who this is, or what this is. Are you willing to trust one more time?
Awesome. Over the last couple of thousands and thousands of years, she's been betrayed over and over and over and over and over. Her only friends have ever been the moon and the sun, and Otto has never lied to her or hidden anything from her. Bucket. She holds out her hand and moves the winds in the direction they asked.
That wind travels over the triangle, jostling the waters, and sending them splashing against one another again. And it keeps going. And going. We follow it. All the way towards a lone godling, unsure of where she can go or what she can do. Karaz,
Yes!
Your ribbon flows down of its own volition around your waist and catches onto a sudden gust of wind, molding into a sail.
Oh, thank God.
So your might and grace together make up your HP.
Yeah,
What is that number?
7.
Okay. Nasa, what is your grace?
That's a great question. I think it's 7. Look. It is 7.
Okay.
Nice, even 14. Dog, stop. Chill. Go lay down.
And then... Okay. That's really lucky. This is the kind of powerful wind gust that could quite easily have broken your back, Karis. Thankfully...
What are you trying to do to me there?
Thankfully,
Murder.
Burn?
it didn't. Because even though I did roll this as an attack from Nasa, I also rolled her divine dice, and that would have reduced it by 1. And she got 1 success and a success on the divine die, so you take no damage.
Woo!
Whew. Hang on, I'm gonna need to change the music for this next step. In the meantime, so we're gonna say it's actually been a week. During like the following, 4 days, all of that stuff. Otto, Thome, would there be anything of significance that you two would have gotten done back at the base?
Thome's just probably retraining everybody. Going over, fixing. He's trying to either reinforce, there you go, the basics into this already soldiers, and I guess any of the other civilians who are currently around, if they wander over, slap a spear on their hands, they could learn to fight.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll me aura for that? Plus your divine die, since, it's battle, it's honor, it works. So, while Thome is getting that squared away,
Ooh.
Nasa.
6 success. Wait.
So, what's up?
4 successes with the divine die.
Sick. We'll come back to that. Nasa, you send out that gust of wind.
Yeah.
Within about a minute, you feel it coming back. And it's carrying something.
Oh no.
Anyone who could see would watch a little blue speck on the horizon begin to grow slightly larger and larger. You, however, can feel the weight of a humanoid, and soon enough, the aura of a godling. But it's not one you know. But it's similar to one you do. Instinctively, you take a step back and draw your scythe. And have it ready by the time Karez is unceremoniously dropped on the cliff in front of you.
Ow.
Karis, you are flat on your face in front of a tall, blind woman with a scythe made of clouds.
My hair is very cloudy looking too.
Yes.
I do not know this woman. I'm going to instinctively draw my ribbons to try and protect me as much as possible.
Okay.
Don't bother readying your weapon. I have no intention of attacking you. Not yet, at least.
Oh, great.
Who are you?
Hello. I'm Karis. Who are you?
I am Nasa, the one who weighs. You smell like death.
That's the first time I've ever heard that. But also, I haven't met a lot of people. So, thank you? I guess.
You would know Nasa as the only member of the Plumerian Pantheon to have turned traitor.
Okay. Cool.
I used to work for your daddy.
My daddy. Nasa. Wait. I know you.
I wouldn't be
Hi.
surprised. She like lowers her scythe.
Well, again, I'm Karis. I'm not sure where we are.
Were you the one who reached out into the winds?
Maybe. I was in a tricky situation. I was slightly trapped and I didn't know where to go. And then the winds came to me. Well, kind of. And next thing I know, I'm here and you're there. And
Istanbul is in this general area. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
but you're you.
Yes.
You're stopping the Pantheon.
He raises a single eyebrow. Yes.
Well, great! Because that's what I want to do!
She kind of, recoils back, I haven't been around someone this happy since Eureka. Oh, God. What pantheon do you hail from?
Well,
Never heard of you.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. My mom didn't really want me to getting known by anyone or anyone to know me.
Who's your
reasons.
mother?
Isis?
You
Did I ever meet Isis?
you met Isis a couple of times back during your Greco-Roman era.
Okay.
There was a little bit of interplay between especially the Roman society and Egypt, slightly lesser with Greek. You remember her as one of the only gods during Zeus's era that could rival him in terms of power.
Oh.
You were not aware that she was still around.
Your mother lives?
Well, obviously. If she didn't, why would I be here? You know. Kids.
Her head like just kind of like stares in your general direction because she can't see you. Actually, you probably you would feel this. You can like feel like the wind kind of pressing against you in different places, especially like on your face.
Oh. I'm sorry. I haven't been around a lot of people, and I don't know. I never expected to meet someone like you, and I never expected to be saved by someone like you, and I don't really know what to do or how to talk to you.
Where were you?
Mostly with my mom. You know, she was worried I wouldn't.
No, she's asking where she saved you from. That's saved
okay,
you
okay.
from where?
Okay. Australia.
Her eyebrows raise even further. You were.
I just thought that would be the best place to go. I had a whole great analogy thing in my head about like band-aids and like wounds that I told my mom. It felt like the right place to go.
She just like puts her head in one of her hands, like. So, let me put this together verbally. Mm-hmm. You're also trying to fight the current Pantheon, and you went to Australia alone to try to do that.
Yes and no. I was told by my mom not to fight, just to get information. But then, once I got information, I didn't really know where to go. Because I didn't think it would be, like, completely dead there. I don't know what I thought it would be like there, but I didn't think it would be, like, completely dead. You know, because, you know, I have the domain of nature. I was like, oh, boat. Easy. What? Well, not easy. It's not easy. It's kind of hard to make a boat, it turns out. I tried making a boat before.
Stop talking. Dear God. No, she wouldn't say that.
Dear me.
Stop talking, please. Stop talking.
Uh-huh.
You said nature?
Yeah.
The goddess of nature was just...
I never met her, I'll be honest. I just kind of got this domain. It's very new. And my other domains, I guess I should say, aren't super powerful, which is again why my mom wanted to protect me and like hide me away and not have me out in the world.
This is far too much for me to decide on my own. She's going to make like she's gonna wave her hand and like a little thing of clouds forms. Get on.
This is so much better than a boat.
Not better than a horse.
Fuck you, Thome. Fuck your horse.
So, Nisa, I'm fly this thing.
I assume Karis like chats my fucking ear off the entire time, and I just
don't know
quietly soak in everything.
Chatterbox, but yeah, she absolutely does.
We need one.
It's so funny too, because when when you were talking to me about this character, you were like, "Yeah, she'd probably be like kind of stoic, you know, sort of like a darker vibe."
Then you were saying that everyone has those vibes, so I was like,
yeah,
oh, right, exact opposite. Got it.
I'm gonna lose shit.
We need a happy person.
There's finally someone to talk to about my unicorn with.
Yeah.
Karis will love that.
Yeah. You fly. I assume you're flying her back to Nox. Yeah.
I am taking her home to Nox.
Cool. So, Thome.
I don't really talk much on the way there.
You run a regimen.
That's okay.
Across during just the week that this has all been going down. By the way, you receive several new folks who sign on with you guys and coming from different settlements across the continent after having learned that there is no longer food coming in for them. Now, there are some full devotees that are determined to starve themselves out. The Plumerian Pantheon's influence was very strong. But most people are... They want to eat. They want to live. So, they're like, I don't know how to farm or how to hunt. And there's only so many people to teach us back home. So, we took what food we had and started walking. So,
oh man,
you wind up training your people in how to train other people, and then they go on to train the newcomers. Before long, what was just Fort Knox and a ton of tents around it is starting to gradually look like a burgeoning settlement. With at least a couple, maybe 20 or 30,000 people. Which means that Nasa has a hell of a sight, for lack of a better word, when she gets back. Who among our other godlings is there to greet her?
I'm probably outside, so I probably see her. I see the big storm cloud approaching. Not really a storm cloud, but cloud.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, he's going to whatever regiment he's with. He's going to send them off with the champions. All three of them are getting a regiment to train. I will then grade them on how well they were trained by the end of a couple days and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will awkwardly wait outside and just kind of hope Nasa lands. Because I can't do anything. He stands there pretty regal. And he's just mumbling please land, please land, please land.
I say the way that she comes down is probably very graceful. She comes to stand in front of him. Well, stand air quotes because she doesn't touch the ground, even with Virix gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Smiles. It's very good to see you. I'm glad you're back.
A cloud is descending beside her.
Yeah, you just what? Oh dear.
Found someone.
All right. Is it you found a? Can I tell a god spark? Say that.
Yeah, I think there's sort of a tick in the heads of any godling.
All right, let's
or
see.
Full
I'm
god.
not really thinking about that. Let's see how we did. That's a 1. Cool. Assuming she's a child.
Okay, I will say, she's not actually a kid. She has the attitude of she's been sheltered.
Thome,
it really is Eureka all over again.
To fully grown people has gone, it's okay, child, and just continue talking because I am very much older than you.
Yeah, you are very much older than me.
He's debatably the oldest god ever.
Damn.
Thumbs up.
He looks at her with a soft smile, and then turns back to Nasa. You found a child.
I mean, she turns to Karis. She certainly talks a lot like one.
Not technically a child.
She seems to talk the regular amount, which is probably good here. I have had to be the one talking mostly, and I don't have a lot of fun topics.
You enjoy your conversations. I need to use the restroom.
Go for it.
Fantastic.
So, on my adventure, she turns to Karis. I found this one calling out to the winds, and I responded. And now, gestures. She claims she has the power of nature. She looks at them. Isn't that interesting?
And then his eyes go wide and goes, wait, she's a god. Oh.
Nature's new, though. Nature's new. Still haven't quite figured it all out.
He takes a small step back, puts like a hand to his chest and like gives like a formal bow. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet another godling. I am Thome, crowned and then just stops. I am Thome. I have to get used to that.
Well, what were you gonna say?
Crowned god king of the Pomerian pantheon, not Pomerian, of the Gaian pantheon. But that's not a thing anymore. He doesn't really. He just blinks. Then looks at Nasa. Oh, I understand what you meant.
About what?
Everything. And then just looks over his shoulder, takes a deep breath, and then yells, probably far louder than he should, just Otto's name. Because how else would I get him?
That's fair enough. If Otto doesn't respond in a few seconds... Oh, go ahead.
So you hear almost instantly in your ear, why are you yelling?
He just, so, for the new person in front of him, he jumps back and goes, huh? Right, you're magic. And then he puts his hands on very clearly a device in his ear.
Oh, cool.
And I tell you to come to the front.
Oh yeah, when he yelled, Nasa would have flinched at it.
10 times louder than any human possibly could yell. Like, oh, whoa.
I don't understand your technology, right? It's weird magic. Leave me alone.
Whatever, Grandpa.
Back in my day.
Yeah, okay, so you see a tall, lengthy man in a suit with a top hat start with a brand new cane that he's working on.
Hey.
But he's walking over and then what the fuck? There's crab. But he starts getting closer, and the closer he gets, you realize he doesn't have skin. There's no skin on him. It's all metal. You realize that's not a human. It's a robot. Or what you have been told about robots. It's a robot.
Yes. This is our brains, Otto Sinclair.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
I found a new godling.
A godling.
When I say new, I mean very new.
Do you mean?
Perhaps older than Otto, though.
No, much older than me.
That is at least good news.
Is it?
Yes, Otto is 2?
Yes.
I am older than 2. I'm so sorry, Otto. I don't know you, but I'm so sorry.
No, that's alright.
Okay.
I wasn't exactly born like you guys the same way.
That makes sense. I did notice that you looked a little different, but I didn't want to assume anything. You know, it's a weird world we live in.
I can tell.
I can appreciate the consideration. Don't worry about that, though. Any assumptions you have of me, I don't take personally at all.
Cool.
So what exactly brings you here?
Nasa brought me here. How exciting is that? Round of applause for Nasa.
She never does that.
Thome just, fingers to the bridge of his nose and just inhales sharply. I was hoping for,
Anyway, yes, Nasa brought me. Thank you. She rescued me, actually. Also, you know, I grew up hearing stories about Nasa, so this is very exciting.
Were the
All excited.
Never mind. All right. We should get a formality out of the way. What are your domains? What can you do?
Yes. Fair question. Well, you guys heard about nature. That one's new. I'll be completely honest. I haven't fully worked out this domain. It's very new to me. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it. Still trying. Apparently I'm supposed to use it like a tool. It's and then my other two are death and journeys. So
What?
Death, excuse me.
Oh,
That I didn't know.
well. Okay.
If your domain is death, how are you even
Yeah.
manifested anymore?
That's a fair question. No, I'll be honest. My mom didn't really want me around for the exact reason that death and journeys isn't really popular at the moment. It's not really happening. Which is why when I met you, Nasa, I got so, because you're doing exactly what I want to do. You're taking down the Pantheon. That's what we need to do, because, oh boy, I have two domains that are useless because of them, and that kind of sucks. I'll be
Well, hold
entirely
on.
honest, guys.
No domain is useless. Especially one of journey. Everything can be a journey if you think about it. We journeyed with the big building on our backs to come here. We've journeyed over the forests. It's incredibly important.
Perhaps that is what has kept you alive. Her journey still does exist.
I think that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, Thome. Thank you.
My dear child. Thome just sighs. And then he gets this out of nowhere, like, big smile. Do you like unicorns?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I've never
Yeah.
seen a unicorn.
You even know what a unicorn is?
She knows what a unicorn is.
I've heard of unicorns. I've never seen one. I don't think they're.
Her mother is the goddess of
common.
magic. She knows what a
Yeah,
unicorn is.
never
she knows what a
mind.
unicorn
Yeah,
is.
good point.
Why do you ask?
He gets like a very satisfied smile, hoping that finally someone appreciates my horse.
I appreciate your horse. Fuck's sake.
I then whistled for Alenia.
From across the horizon, Karis, you see a little white dot moving towards you, slowly growing larger and larger until you are able to make out the shape of a beautiful, stark white horse with a shining horn on top of its head.
I'm just gonna like reach out and like grab onto Thome if he's within arm's reach.
He is.
Yeah.
Be like, oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god.
A very like satisfied yeah, finally.
Yeah. Alenia gallops onto the field and up next to Thome. You have summoned me, friend.
Fucking unicorn.
What is this gauche creature you have summoned me next to?
This is a new godling we've come across. Introduce yourselves.
I am Alenia, and you are terrifying.
You can talk.
This is when you state your name.
Oh, right. Hi. I'm Karis. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, they know you can go now.
It's a freaking
Thank you.
unicorn.
She immediately gallops away.
She's shy like that. I say, lying.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like a liar.
Like a liar.
Liar.
Like a liar.
Like a liar.
Well,
Angry.
She does. Totally.
She's a creature of life, and your primary domain is death.
Oh, fair enough.
Don't worry about that.
Me and the unicorn are forbidden best friends.
so, while this is all well and good, and I needed this laugh, I think we all did, we should probably look at Nasa, discuss. You are.
You're cutting out.
I didn't hear that, yeah.
Working.
He looks at Nasa and says we should probably discuss the important things we have to discuss. Looks at our new friend and apologizes that you are going to be here for these talks and have no idea what is happening.
Excuse me.
I get to stay for the talks because I'll be honest, guys. Like, we have a lot of common goals. I think this is a great time to conjoin. Conjoin seems like a bad word. Elaborate. That's not a bad one. Nasa, again, saving me. Let's go.
Looks straight up. He just just stares up for a solid 5 seconds. All right.
I mean, if you guys will have me, I don't want to.
I mean, we're not really in a position to decline allies.
If you
Excellent.
did come from Australia, as you claim, you know far more about the enemy's territory than we do. And it's best that you stay and provide what information you have.
I did gather information. That was yay. Not
Good.
a lot, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Then you have to tell us all about it.
Yes.
go have a-
We'll exactly. There's a place in the fort we can all sit and have a discussion.
Mhm.
And probably should introduce you to the president. Maybe
No,
not.
this is my first time in the United States.
I think it's your first time outside of home in general, isn't it?
Well, you didn't have
Certainly
to tell
act that
everyone.
way.
Well, if it makes you feel better,
Right.
I was sealed in a sword for millennia. Yeah.
So you are gonna have to tell me more about that.
It was awful. So sure.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Sure.
Damn
All right.
it. Oh no. Sorry about that.
All right, we go to a special meeting room that I've built.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, no, got us a special
Do you
meeting room. Let's
include-
fucking go.
Do you include anyone else in this meeting, or is it just for you four?
Probably just us four.
I just asked for right now.
Just
Okay.
the guy.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and Ares is out of commission right now. So.
People
Yours is tied to a
definitely
bet.
People definitely heard that conversation and hear the chatter that follows as you move to the meeting room.
Attention grabbing.
I assume she
Pretty
just
much-
talks the entire
Yeah,
time.
pretty much
Oh, for
all of
sure.
them staring at Kara's and wondering who the hell that is. But you get to that meeting room. It is a secured location. No, well soundproofed. No worries about, eavesdroppers or anything.
I was gonna say, if we don't have a secure place, we could just go into the sky again.
No, please. So, Nasa, I think we should start with the big thing. First an apology, and then an explanation on my part.
The apology is for...
not telling you I knew Minora.
That is not something to be sorry for. Not telling me that you had already spoken to her. Perhaps I'd consider that.
She is the one who
Something to be
released
sorry
me of
for.
my captivity.
Well, then I have nothing to say in that regard then.
Well, alright then. I didn't think that would go over so clean.
I mean, what do you want me to say, Thome? That you'd already interacted with part of the Pantheon and not spoken to us about it? That you'd already had talks with her? What else did you talk to her about?
Nothing. I stepped out of a prison, spoke to her, and I also didn't know it was the woman I knew. I didn't know at the time who she was. I only figured it out after you said her name. And at that point, it was too hard to believe.
Well, then there you go.
Right. So then what would you like to do with her? You're the one who weighed your scales and said had to think about your end decision.
I have done some contemplating. The sun and the moon have left her judgment to me. And as I had said to her, I cannot fault her for something that she did for someone else. Not as harshly, at least. Perhaps when Aizen is dealt with, then we will address that again. For now,
Very well.
I find her... What would be the word? What the fuck would you say that she is? Not guilty? I think that's all she would say is, I found her not guilty.
Alright then. Then we should discuss our plans to take on the last two standing of the Pantheon.
Which is another reason that I brought this one. She gestures to Karis. She said that the winds told me that she was in Australia and in distress, and so I reached out to his sister. And it would seem she would have the best idea of what we'd be walking into. So, if you could please enlighten us.
Sorry, it seemed like you guys had a lot and like. Okay. Anyway, yes, I did go to Australia. So I actually left home and went there right away.
I have a question before she continues.
There was a monster.
Why is this Australia important?
I think Nasa's already told you that's
Okay.
So I'll reiterate. Nasa told you that Aizen's been planning something out there, and she wasn't sure like what it was. She just knows that all the Risen keep congregating there.
Ah, okay. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, so, when I left home, I was like, Australia, the US, where do I go? So many options. Anyway, ended up choosing Australia. So many options. Yeah, went to Australia. Kind of sucks there, guys. I'll be honest. Not fun. Not a
What
good
did you
vacation spot.
see?
Yes.
Okay.
What did you see?
Death. Well, actually, not even death. The lack of death I saw there was. There's thousands of risen. They're building something. I don't know what. There's these minerals, these rocks, these glowing. It's the only sense of life I felt there, but also not life because it wasn't life. It was, I don't know how to, life and not life at the same time. They were carrying them in carts, and I don't know where they were going. I tried to follow them at one point to see where they were going. They stopped me. They didn't let me through.
What saw you?
Stopped me. They stopped me.
What stopped you?
They did. The Risen. And there was a hole, very deep.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
The
yes.
deep. We understand.
A very deep hole. Very deep.
So, Otto, didn't you determine that they were working on something out there? Something explosion-y?
Did I determine that?
Yes.
You did in an earlier episode. You determined that Eisen was trying to destroy the whole world by making mega nuke
Well,
entities getting minerals from there.
what you determined was that Australia is the greatest deposit of uranium,
That's right.
Yeah.
and that they were mining uranium. That is as far as you got.
Right. I remember that.
I only know this because I've been rewatching all the episodes at work because I'm bored.
Let's go, Lore Keeper. Let's go.
Also, it was Saturn, not Jupiter. It was Saturn.
Right.
We got it wrong so many sessions.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I think I chose Saturn because that was Kronos's name. And
Can you change it to Jupiter?
It was supposed to be bigger than Zeus.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so it's actually Jupiter. Never mind, guys.
No, it's actually Saturn. We're gonna
Never
go
mind.
back to
Okay,
Saturn.
it is Saturn.
I don't give a shit. Doesn't matter. The mech's already dead.
Anyways, the mech's dead. Anyways, so yeah, Otto discovered that they were gonna use radium to fuck shit up. That was like a
Right.
couple episodes ago.
Yeah, well, when you give the dumbass like a smart character, it doesn't work out that well.
Yeah, that's why I'm reminding you. It's okay. Thumbs up. Anyways,
Okay.
where were we?
Deep hole.
Deep hole.
Very deep hole.
They're mining
Were
something
you-
in the deep hole.
Mining stuff in the deep
Mhm,
hole.
mhm.
And green glowing rock that is life but not life sounds a lot like radiation.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
Otto
and,
is taking
Doris
notes.
was there. Duh. Obviously.
Um,
And probably Eisen.
Derise.
Okay. Oh, Derise. Is it Derise? My bad.
Derise, yeah.
I thought that was on purpose, but
Yeah,
The Rise
it totally
Eisen, same
was.
thing. I don't think she even knows the difference, my guy.
Eisen's her father. What do you mean?
I don't know. It's not like she's ever met him.
Yeah, but you know.
Yes, she has.
Oh, never mind.
Karis has met her father.
Anyways,
His dad.
so deep hole. It's uranium.
Yeah.
Okay. If the rise is there, then
And Derize is
I'm
there.
working fast. Very
Probably
fast.
Eisen.
I see.
Okay, definitely Eisen. But,
Did
who cares about that?
Did you come across Eisen? He says it as if like it's not the name he wants to say. Did you actively see them?
Nasa looks
Yes. Yes, I did. They were
I
in
see.
that deep, deep, deep hole. Very
He
deep.
pulls out his sword. A big magic sword comes off Thumb's back.
Ooh.
Is this the sword you were trapped in?
Yes.
You just carry that around?
No, don't. He then begins approaching her with the sword.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Nasa's gonna step in front of him. What are
Ribbon.
you doing?
Ribbon.
Removing, checking her shadow from magic.
You should specify that before you pull out a sword on our guest.
But it would
Especially since
trigger.
the last time you had that sword out.
And well, when you threw a storm at me, please step aside.
She steps aside.
He steps just next to her, and just taps sword on shadow. Well, probably just stabs it into the ground. And then goes to pulse it with anti-magic.
Yeah, so you stab your sword into her shadow. You all hear something scream.
Uh-oh.
And you watch Karaz's shadow die. But when it's done and has gone into the sword, she still has a shadow. Good job, Thome.
He then looks at everyone and goes, figured as much. He is the god of deceit and glory. He then sheaths the weapon.
Coward and a traitor is what he is.
Now that the unwanted guests is gone, let's have the real conversation. What's next?
What is next?
The Rise is in the process of building, from what I imagine, nuclear weapons. Unbelievably fast because they are a very smart individual.
Is there a way that you could reverse engineer it? Make something to make them not nuclear weapons? He then sighs and goes, I'm from a land of swords and shields.
There's a chance. I'll have to think on this.
Yes, Otto, make the counter nuke.
Hell yeah. If anybody can do it, it's Otto.
I don't even know what that would be.
If we nuke them first,
No, that would be such a bad idea.
There's nothing in Australia. I mean,
Besides,
I
deposit of uranium that would all become active. Whatever.
actually, wait. No, you're right. I didn't think about that.
I mean, if there's nothing living in Australia, brother, that uranium is active.
That's true. You know what? You're right. I still am against nuking it. Oh, I'm against nukes. I was hit with one, didn't like it.
Oh yeah, I forgot we got hit with a nuke.
yeah, we all got hit with it.
Yeah, there are some areas in New York that you still can't go to because of that.
Thumbs up.
You
No,
can
we
go
can go
there,
there.
Otto, but you have to go through rigorous cleaning before you come back.
Ooh.
Okay. So marching a force there would be suicide.
I
Just
crossed
like
a forest. I could not cross the ocean.
Not just that, but fighting them on their own turf isn't a great idea. Now, Derize is far too smart to fall for this. However, if he's still the man that I think he is...
They.
I think he's
I'm
talking
referring
about
to a
Eisen
different
now.
god.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind.
A challenge is the exact thing he would come out for. Especially if he's confident he would win.
A coward? You think he would just walk out for a challenge?
He shoots her a look. I don't know how much. I have heard how much he has changed, but he met every challenge head on when I was with him. He used underhanded tactics, for sure, but a challenge was a challenge. He is a god of glory.
And Nesa, the more you think about it, he never backed down from a challenge from you. He tricked you. He imprisoned you. He never ran from you.
That being said, he looks at the ground as he speaks. I am not the king I used to be. And I do not think I can best him in combat any longer. Nor do I think any of us could. Will have to be a joint effort. If he's as cocky as I remember him being, he would take a 4v1. Wouldn't be the first time.
What if we played to his tactics? I know you're a god of honor, but the rest of us aren't.
You wish to bluff the god of deceit.
I expect him to do the same.
Oh, of course. The only thing you can trust about him is that he will lie.
I know.
I also have to understand that he knows how I think. So he beat me the first time.
Mm-hmm. Slowly turns to Otto. He doesn't know how that one works.
If Otto can come up with a plan, if Otto could come up with a plan devious enough to put the man we're speaking of on the back foot.
He's best at us both. He hasn't faced Otto before. Or, and she'll turn to our newest addition. This one.
Right. Also turns to look at them. How are you in combat?
Did Isis teach you anything?
No, not really.
All right.
I mean, my domains were weak before.
That's no excuse for not training. And then Thome looks at his hand as he says, he puts the finger up, and he goes, "By God, I've become my master."
I've never trained a day in my life.
Perhaps some training would be in order then. Of course, you can't do just one of us.
It would also be good for you to be seen amongst our people. Let them know who you are and speak to them. Be yourself. I guess. The regiments are difficult, though.
We will not go easy on you.
Define difficult.
Physically
Crack
taxing,
knuckles.
exhausting, make you throw up a couple times, spit blood. The good stuff.
That might be a bit too much, though.
What? Marcus went through it. He was fine.
Cuts to Marcus freaking just spewing blood onto the grass. And then I'm okay.
He's
Everyone's just rubbing his back.
Yeah. Freaking Eula is off in the distance laughing.
I think Eula's next.
No. You die.
All the champions should go through it.
No, no.
I tried to
You
find one
say
of them,
go
but I just couldn't.
through.
My training.
Cuts to Rowan passed out on the ground.
Just unconscious. I tried to find Tacreos, but they are difficult to find when they don't want to be.
Standing
those
on
bushes.
top of of Fort Knox with an electric guitar.
Yeah, that's about right.
Anyways, about planning. So training up our new recruit. Otto uses his big brain. looks at Nasa, and I guess we're the sticks.
Actually,
Bad joke. Oh shit.
I'd like to speak with her.
Menorah?
She kind
Or-
of scowls at the name, but yes.
Alright. I would request to be present.
You would, wouldn't you?
I would.
Bruh.
Afterwards, we can begin our training. Perhaps a demonstration would be in order, though.
Well, Ares, my sparring partner, is, not in fit shape to spar.
Actually,
guess it-
before I speak with Menorah, it'd be best to get my anger out. She turns to Thumb. I'll be your sparring partner.
I feel like this is a terrible idea. Alright, let's go. We need to move a considerable distance from Fort Knox.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Mhm. You guys find some secluded place in the woods. We'll
Yeah.
make it just a single might roll
Yeah.
from Thome and a single grace roll from Nasa. Feel free to
Boy.
use your divine dice.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Good luck.
Make sure you take notes.
I'm sitting down and I'm like watching very attentively.
I'm sitting down
Oh.
next to you, not watching and not at all.
Are we holding back, Thumb?
He blinks with your call. I usually this is when I would say no, but I usually hold back at first.
At first,
Would you
then.
like me to go all out?
We'll start small.
Okay,
Back up a little bit more.
go a couple steps.
You say back up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Good. I don't need. I can stay the god of honor. I don't need battle right now. It's okay.
2,
We don't need to be him again.
6, 7. You ready, Thumb?
Yeah. I'm trying to roll all these at once, and this is a terrible idea. My dice
How many
roller. I'm
fucking
not.
might dice do you have? They say 7.
9.
They say 7. Oh.
Same, brother.
How do you
Don't
have
ask my other
9
stats.
might?
Don't
How do you
ask
have
my other
9
stats.
might? What
I'm
are
a
your
big
other
boy.
Is
stats?
that like
Whoa.
is that your only stat?
That and aura, and then everything else, yeah.
Yeah, mine is my skill is 9 too.
Jesus.
Alright, get ready.
I did one thing in life. I hit people with a stick.
Oh my god.
It just so happened to be a metal stick.
Really strong metal stick.
Alright, make your roll no. I'm making mine.
Yeah. My rolling platform's rather small, so it's gonna take me a minute.
Yeah, you're fine. Let's see. That is 6
fuck it.
successes.
Is that a success or not? This is the problem of using fun dice, where like the 6s and the 1s are special things. That's a success. Okay, those aren't. I am not rolling fantastic. I lied immediately. Remember, kids, just bitch about the problem. It'll fix itself.
Yeah. I'd say the beginning of the fight, she uses her cloud scythe for a while, moves around with the winds and stuff before like amping up, literally, with swapping to her thunderbolt.
Throw uses a magic sword the entire time.
It's like bouncing around you.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4 divine dice.
We're using divine dice?
We were told to.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Let me roll that divine dice real quick then.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one who forgot. The
That's
game
a success on the divine dice.
Alright,
so
cool. We got the same thing.
successes and a divine dice success.
Yes, we got the same thing.
7.
Oh, you tied?
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice, guys.
Do you want me to write that, or do you guys want to take it over?
How RP do you want us to get? I don't want to steal the whole show.
Brother, I exist to facilitate your shit. Like, you have been listening
but
to
there's
me.
2 other people here.
Who are watching us fight.
Karis
Sure.
has had a lot of time to herself this session, and
But Otto-
I feel like Otto's kind of gotten used to it.
Oh yeah,
so sorry.
brother. I take part in one moment in a fight every time.
Hey, it's the most crucial
every-
moment.
It
I
really
threw
is
a stick
actually.
at a guy.
Yeah,
And it's
you
the
threw a
reason I'm
stick at a
alive.
person. It is the only reason we're alive.
Yeah.
All right.
It's our
Hi,
crucial
Angel.
unit.
All right.
Yes. What about him?
But I would say while they are going at it, I would talk to Garrus,
Okay.
and I would confirm. Like, so you have domain over death, right?
I do. Yeah.
Well,
I know. Kind
not
of
to confirm it all, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be key to everything that's going to happen in the future. Are you ready for that?
I think you're overestimating me.
I think you're
mean-
underestimating yourself. Death is very deeply ingrained in all of existence itself, even deeper than your father's if you work it properly.
You don't know
Okay,
who
I'm
my
back.
dad is.
She
Wait,
didn't
so
say
what'd you
that.
say?
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about who their dad is.
Oh, I thought you
Unless-
did.
Unless Otto
No.
somehow intuited it.
I could.
I mean, it makes sense that Otto would figure it out. Let's be honest here.
If any of us says it's him, I ain't
If
figuring
anyone
shit out.
figures
so.
it out, it's
Then-
Otto.
I'd say that's up to Itzi.
Yeah, I'm fine with you figuring it out.
all right.
Sick.
It'll just change how this conversation goes on whether or not you know or not. And whether I know you know or
I mean, it would have been basically the same conversation, but yeah. So Otto kind of determines based off the fact that your domain is death.
death. Yeah, yeah.
And
Kinda
that she
Very
very
close.
noticeably told you who her mother was, but not her father.
Yeah, exactly.
you know, don't want you guys to kill me.
But yeah, so I'll say, yeah, it's deeply more ingrained and much more powerful than your father's when given the chance to thrive.
My father's. I don't know what you're talking.
You don't need to hide that. I don't care. I know that you are here to help us and to actually bring a new era.
Aw, Otto. I just met you. I like you.
I like you too. But for now, we gotta get you into shape.
Otto, can we not necessarily tell everyone? They're literally trying to kill him, and like I want to kill him too, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want them to think they also have to kill me.
Otto's like I will kind of like zoom in and out as I watch them fight, and then his hand will move out, and his pinky will be out.
Aww! Hell yeah!
I'm so happy right now. Genuinely.
They're both very emotional, so you can trust me to keep it between you and me. But
Thank you, Otto.
they'll understand as well, but only when you're ready to tell them.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't really know what. I guess I just thought I would come and like be able to help you guys, but you guys are incredible. I mean, look at them out there. Look at you.
How do they look out there? Real quick.
Uh-oh. You know what? So they like what? Thome and Karis are like a mile away watching.
Otto and
That's
Karis.
probably the safest distance. Otto and yes, my bad.
And we're on a hill,
Otto and Karis.
looking down in a cavern as you guys are going at it.
Mhm.
Something like that. So Nasa like actually touches the ground and takes a steps away from Thome before turning to him. Do we have any rules to set?
You can throw at me whatever you'd like.
Oddly generous of you.
You have to get out your anger. That's what this whole point was, wasn't it?
Also, too, she'll look up at where Karis and Otto are at. Also to show her what real combat looks like.
That is true. But unfortunately, she's going to see real combat soon. He doesn't fight like either of us.
Doesn't.
He then nods. Are you ready?
I am. Would you like to come at me first?
He then dashes.
Let's see. Oh, we rolled evenly, huh? So
Yeah, we're exactly even.
we can just fucking go ham, and at the end we just like throw ourselves at the ground. So that'll be fun. So then she'll bring up her scythe and step around the blade, taking your strike at your side.
As the strike goes to strike at the side, he turns his blade sideways as an aura of anti-magic goes around him, dissipating the scythe. And they probably continue this dance over and over again.
Yeah. The good news about the Cloud Scythe is it never maintains damage.
Yeah. At some point, you've dissipated my scythe enough time. She steps back and summons it used to be Zeus's Thunderbolt, but it's mine now.
Yep.
And hurls it at you.
To everyone else's eyes, it looks like Nasa just chucked an actual fucking lightning bolt. She goes to throw it like a spear, but it's just like a blast of lightning goes to strike at Thome. Only for Thome to raise his sword and block it.
Oh, man.
In the same instant.
So we're inside of a canyon? Is that what we said?
Why not? Sure. You know what?
Fuck yeah.
Let's go whole hog. You're fighting in the Grand Canyon, motherfuckers.
Nice.
We went
Oh
far,
man,
far
in
for this
that
fight.
case,
Yeah, sure, why not?
case, I'm like hitting the walls to bounce between them at you in like all different directions. And some fucking how I can't hit you.
As she's dashing around, he's watching. She's faster than he is. But she wouldn't think to just remove the wall So he rams his
Sorry,
fist into it and just pulls down, as then he grabs a sword with 2 hands, as the wall she's on crumbles, and they begin clashing again.
This is the definition of an unstoppable force meeting an unmovable object.
It really is. I keep bouncing off of it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because she used lightning, is she slowly generating more and more around her?
I think so. There's like a storm brewing above.
At like one point, probably like in the middle of a clash, he parries, jumps back, and goes, "That's enough."
She'll come to us. She'll like skid to a stop and look at, lift her head at him.
His eyes shoot up towards the cloud. Don't think we should have a repeat of last time. We should limit ourselves. If we both go all out, someone's actually going to get hurt.
She'll take a deep breath and exhale. I'm sorry.
They are pretty amazing. If it makes you feel better, I can't do any of that.
Made a
Yeah.
railgun 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also the first person I've ever met who's like you. You're quite literally one of a kind, I think.
And you're the first person I've met that's like you.
You're such a softie, Otto. You know, hard metal on the outside, soft little inside. Adorable.
You're a strange one. Come on. Looks like they're finishing up. Nato will help you up, and we'll go down to talk with them.
Yeah. So you all rejoin
We don't talk about that.
at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
I don't know about that. I don't know about anything like that.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
what was your opinion on the fight?
Impressive. Very impressive.
Okay.
Bravo.
Okay.
She doesn't know all the terms and things.
She
that
doesn't
you
need
do.
a term. I'm looking for something other than clap good job.
I learned nothing because I can't control lightning, clouds, or an anti-magic sword.
I was just using sword techniques other than punching holes in the earth. That was
And
different.
I'm using magic, so I mean,
Well, what I'm asking is, did either fighting style, Nace's nimble dance, or my basically brute force attempt at swordplay, strike your fancy at all?
I mean, I've never fought. I've never had to fight. What do you strike my fancy? It just
Right. People aren't just born with natural battle instincts. I was special.
no, they're not.
Remember that. All right. Well, we'll
Maybe
start you with
should
this.
fight Thome.
He unhooks the short sword on his hip and just tosses it to her. It's in a sheath. It's in a scabbard. It's just a regular sword.
toss a knife at me.
It's much bigger than a knife, but
If
I
it
did
looks
just
like
say-
she's about to not catch it in time, a little tiny gust of wind helps it into her hands.
What am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know. Whatever feels right.
Unsheath it.
I unsheathe the short sword. And I assume I'm very clunky with it. Like, I don't
You
think
are.
I've
Oh, yeah.
ever actually held a sword.
It feels wrong in every conceivable way. It's too heavy. It moves in ways that don't feel right. It is rigid. It is unchanging. It is a rock on a stick. It's not you. You already have a weapon.
Yeah, I was wondering if I was gonna, if I was gonna use that or not.
What do you mean? It's your weapon. You choose whether or not to
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hand the sword back to Thom and just be. I don't think this is quite right for me. I'm sorry.
He shakes his head, like, pretty adamantly and, like, puts a hand over her hand. No, this wasn't to tell you to use the sword. Knowing what not to use is just as important at finding the than it is as finding the same weapon.
I mean, I don't really need a new sword. You know, I got mine.
What?
Well, kind of.
You have a weapon?
Well, it's not perfect, but and I just like my ribbon starts to move and like change its form in my hand.
What?
I mean,
I smell something moving, but I don't see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can feel the change in the air, which is about the same.
Yeah.
To all observers, it is as if a flowing river is moving about across Karaz's form. But, Thom, you see the glint of a reflection on the corners of it. A glint that only shows at the sharpest of blades.
He, like, his head stands tall as, like, a smile goes across his lips. Oh.
I mean, I've never really used it. I mean, I've used it to like chop, like, you know, if I'm trimming flowers or like chopping down trees. I built a boat with it, you know, that was cool.
Real talk. Karaz, are you honestly going to tell me that you have had this sword bow, this sword ribbon, and never once just swung it at a tree to see what happens?
No. I think that's what, like, I think that Karis has used it, like, recreationally, but never, like, actually, because her nature domain is so new to her.
I mean, it's not so...
Like, you never
The
just
ribbon-
swung it at a tree and like
the
tested it out.
ribbon wasn't given to you by nature. It was changed. But you've always had it.
Oh, okay.
Gods don't... Like... Gods can take other gods' weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But any god that has a weapon was born with it.
Oh,
It's not something you
that's
just
sick.
find. The only exception are gods like Thom that were once immortal.
Okay.
So, you've always had the ribbon. It's a bit different now. But you've been practicing with it for fun, because it was kind of your only option for a while.
Yeah.
You've never been in a real fight, that's true. But you know how to use your weapon.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought I had just, like, it was a newer one. But if I've always had it, no, then I've definitely used it before.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tap Thom on the shoulder. You should let her go all out on you.
He nods.
I don't think
Actually,
I don't want to
we should-
die.
No, he shakes his head. No. Actually, why don't you simply just try to move it? Walk with it. Let it flow around you. Don't think too hard. I need to see something.
Okay. Sure. I'll walk around the canyon with my ribbon flowing around me. I
Okay.
guess.
Thom's trying to see if, as she's just kind of walking, because she's going to aimlessly move it around because it's a flowy ribbon, if it innately moves into strike formations or defensive formations. And if by simply just messing with her ribbon, has she done some, or maybe the ribbon itself has kind of rudimentary taught her something.
Okay.
I hear it. Okay, I understand what you're getting at. You picking up what you're putting down, Magic Man?
You're definitely going to catch those answers. Karaz, why don't you describe what the ribbon does?
I think the ribbon, like, as I'm walking around, it's very protective of me. Whenever, like, it thinks I'm going to be in danger, it starts to move in towards that direction. It's like, if I'm walking towards a rock and it's going to hit my knee, like, it instinctively goes down to try and protect that body part for me.
Ooh. Cool.
Now, I have an additional question.
Mm-hmm.
When it's protecting you, is it doing so with the flat portion or the blade?
Right now, because these are dormant rocks, it's protecting me with the flat side. But I think you can assume, well, I'm assuming, so you can assume, I guess, that it would, if it thought something was trying to attack me, to use the sharp edge of it to try and attack them before it hits me, or to hurt them on the way in,
Okay.
type of situation.
You know what?
So active threat is sharp side.
Yeah.
Not active threat is.
You know what? I feel like Nasa, someone who's been fighting since she was born as well, would kind of catch what he's putting down.
Yeah.
And like as she's like walking around and it's like defensing her, she would throw out like a gust of wind at her to see how the ribbons react.
Based on Karaz's description, if you don't mind me stepping in.
For it.
It swoops around and the wind, actually, it's just wind, right? How strong is it? Are you is it attempting to push her at all, or
I try to push her, not like topple her, but like push her.
It forms into something like an
off
S
balance.
with the blade stretched out at a position where it carves the direction of the wind.
So
Whoa. It reacts.
Just as I thought.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of, but not to sound dramatic, it's kind of been my only friend. Well, not friend. Sometimes I give it a voice. I didn't have a lot of people to talk to.
Oh, girl.
It doesn't talk, but it's there for me.
It's your companion. It is there when no one else is. A comforting weight. He then just taps the sword.
Nasa looks at the sky, to the sun and the moon.
That's kind of cheating, but
Sword.
they can actually talk, but whatever.
They haven't been able to talk to her entire life. It's only been
they can speak
since she became
through
Nasa.
her. That's not exactly. Yeah, speaking through her is not the same thing as having a voice.
Yeah.
It's basically Nasa's body interpreting what to a celestial body is just feeling. It's not even feeling as we understand it.
That's more than my inanimate object.
Again, haven't had them that long. It's only been
when my sword starts talking, I'll stop complaining.
You have a unicorn.
Talking horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yes, I do.
unicorn.
Yeah, wait a second here.
Yeah, wait a minute. Complaining
Um,
too.
Pretending to be able to relate to me, but you guys had friends.
We have friends now,
that was
but
like a
you
month
can,
ago. I got a
and
friend.
you are gonna have friends now.
Yes.
It's
Me over here
us.
with the same shit I've
Yeah.
always had.
Yeah.
Like,
Or Otto has a cane.
I don't know how to.
That
Well,
I had to
technically,
remake.
doesn't he not have a cane right now? He's rebuilding.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a process of being rebuilt.
I'm stuck between wanting to teach her how to use her ribbon and sort of just telling her to be herself if someone comes at her. Because I think her chaotic nature would make it so incredibly difficult to hit her. The ribbon could just do its job.
You should
Like
still teach her like a
chaotic
little bit.
I mean, we're going to teach her. She's going to go through a regiment, of course. But
Mhm.
You're so
she's going to learn, not my regiment. That might kill her.
I feel like maybe trying to lean her towards more of using her magic while the ribbon defends her would be the way.
I agree.
Well,
Can I just I imagine that Karis is like a fair distance away from you guys right now and can't hear you and is just like, what are you guys talking about?
oh no,
you.
you were right
Did I
next to
do
you, babe.
it?
you did fine.
Politics.
If it comes to training her with her magic, I can train anyone to use any weapon. I do not know how to use magic,
Okay.
says the man who absorbed lightning and used a giant lightning sword like
I was
a week
about to
ago.
fucking say.
It's-
I can teach her magic.
It's the
But-
opposite.
It's all the sword, baby.
It's a ranged weapon. And she looks at Otto.
Now, my question here is if I'm able to use what we have back at Fort Knox
Oh god.
and whatever else we can I try to find or make something using my stopwatch super fast that would help amplify her more dormant abilities?
Ooh.
Do you want to amplify
For
death?
for the very first
That's
time that you have
Actually.
brought up an idea of something to build, I'm going to tell you no.
Damn. That makes sense though.
Her domains are death, but her domains of death and nature you cannot interact with.
That makes sense.
You use technology that is entirely opposed to nature, and there is no technological means of interacting directly with death. You could make her a vehicle. It would make journeys easier, but amplifying a domain is not something you can do for her.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there any other necessary topics? Because, like, I kind of want to end at least one of our sessions on a good note.
Imagine.
So, if anybody has something else that needs to be brought up,
No, I'm good. I gotta think about what the fuck needs to be done.
yeah. Oh, also, unfortunately, Nasa, we will need to have your discussion with Minora take place next session. We're a little low on session time. I think she might have muted.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
she
fine.
did.
I gotta get ready for work anyways.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and cap the session there as they contemplate Karis's training and plan for whatever weird shit Eisen's cooking up. Thank you all so much for joining us today, viewers. I hope you enjoyed the ride as much as I did. Hopefully the music isn't or wasn't too loud or anything. If anything, it was probably too quiet. But yeah, so once again, and thank you to my players for joining today. Going down the list, we have Itsi.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, Basil.
Playing Kara's. You can find her Twitch channel down in the description below. We have Otto. Well, Salty.
Hello.
Playing Otto. Otto Sinclair. Whose Twitch channel you can also find down there. And Vern.
Hi. Me. Hi, Vern.
It is me.
Playing Nasa. Her
So-
Twitch is down in the description as well. She's also the one
No,
who
it's
drew
not. It
my
doesn't
starting
exist.
and ending screens. So
No, I didn't.
yeah, definitely hit that up. And Nil.
You can't find him.
You can find him in the void, playing Thome as usual. So
You can find him at this address.
feel free to give all of them a follow. They are wonderful people. Sometimes we play like Repo or Lethal Company, and I lose my mind trying to actually play a video game while chaotic monsters surround me, and I'm not talking about the video game.
Who are you talking about, Basil?
No, you
Who are you
don't.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Basil?
Thank you so
talking
much for
about?
joining us tonight. We're gonna see y'all next time. Take it easy. Peace.
Bye.
Run while you still can.
Anyway.